welcome to mybet.africa FPL. Today we're going to have a discussion about the fantasy league. A manager will stand a chance to win 500 Ghana cedis at the end of this February, and it can be you because there is still open gap between the top 5 and also some of the managers. If you've not joined the league yet, this is the chance for you to also get a chance to also join the league and stand a chance to win that 500 Ghana cedis. Into the video, I'll explain further on how you can also be part to win this 500 Ghana cedis, and also I'll explain what my bet has for the final winner at the end of the season, that is in May. You can stand a chance. If you don't get to win this 500, you can stand a chance and win that huge sums of money they are looking at giving out in May for the manager that will top the whole of the league at the end of the season. So stay tuned and get everything you need on this channel. We'll go into details what mybet.africa is bringing us. Remember, they are the #1 betting platform. So mybet is help improve in betting and everything you need to know about betting. Remember, with the QR code on the screen, as soon as you scan it or go onto the description and click onto the link, you get a chance to register on mybet.africa. And their registration process is very simple. Most of our viewers that scan the QR code find find difficulties, especially when they get to the username side. With the username side, it's very simple. So when you scan the QR code or click on the link, you will see your phone number will be the first thing that will be asked. You enter the phone number you use for your mobile money transactions, so that when you get to win any money on their platform, you transfer it directly to your mobile money account. The next one is the username. The username, you can pick any name. Your government name, your nickname, any other name you want to use. You can even go ahead and use your number as your username. So I'd advise, most of the time people enter their username and they get that prompt that the username has already been picked or has already been taken. You can use your number or use that nickname and add 1 or 2 numbers. Your last 2 numbers, you can add it to it so that it becomes unique and you can be part of the mybet.africa family. Today, we need to go into one option on mybet.africa that people are winning massively with. And I'm telling you that if you're watching this video, after the video, go onto their platform, try this option, and you can also win massively going into, that is the FPL Gameweek 28. So the option we are going to talk about is the multi-goal option. Now, we've seen a lot of teams coming up with a lot of upset. Some of the teams will go into games, you're expecting them to win. You place your money behind them, that straight win for them to get that win. They would go and lose. Some teams, you would bet on them even getting a draw, and they will go and also lose or get that particular result that you don't need. But one thing mybet.africa has brought onto their platform with the multi-goals is you don't need to worry about the number of goals being scored. All you need to know is predict the number of goals scored. So with the multi-goals option that is being displayed on the screen, you could see that it has from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2, from 1 to 3, from 1 to 4, from 1 to 5, and even from 1 to 6 to pick from. So this shows the number of total goals being scored in the game, and it goes down to 7+. So if this game you think Chelsea against Arsenal, that is the options on the screen. So if you think that 1 to 3 goals are going to come into that fixture, and the option now and the odds for that particular option is 1.57. It's huge than going for a Chelsea win or Chelsea win or draw. It's huge than going for an Arsenal win or an Arsenal win or draw. So whatever happens in the game, you are looking at there being a goal from 1 to 3 so that you can win big on mybet.africa. So try the multi-goals option going into this weekend and be part of the mybet. So let's go into the FPL. That is what we are talking about. And I mentioned earlier that in the FPL on mybet.africa, managers are winning 500 Ghana cedis per month. What would you do with 500 Ghana cedis? Let me know in the comment section. I'll give you the code that would give you the chance to enter into this particular league and stand a chance to win the 500 Ghana cedis. Let's look at the month of February. We are in the last game week and the manager is going to win that money. So let's look at the league table as of now. Maybe you have points than these people I'm going to mention. So you need to join the league and also win this week with highest points and be that top person that at the end of the game week will reward you with that 500 Ghana cedis. So looking at the league table, we have Easy, that is Livingstone Saki, leading with 251 points in total. He had 48 points in the previous game week. We have Kweku Boateng, K-Boat 11 with also 226 points in total for February. Last week he had 91 points, so that brought him into that second row. We have Shadrach Banini, that is the Banini boys, 225 points in total for February and 80 points that is in total for the last game week. We have that is Dewson Freeman, 221 points in total for February, and that is the DJ boys official FC with 43 points. That is the last game week, and the last person is the greatest that is the greatest of all time. The greatest, that is his name, 215 points, and that is 60 points for the last game week. So if you are looking at the difference between this points gap from the first to that is the 5th position, it's less than 40 points. That shows that one game week can change everything. That is what the excitement that mybet.africa FPL brings you. So you need to join, be part. During the show, I'll give you the code for you to watch. So watch the show to the end and get that code, and also join and stand the chance to also win that 500 Ghana cedis mybet.africa is giving at the end of every game week. One of the best game weeks, especially for some managers, because if you had differentials in the likes of O'Reilly and some other players like Gomez, Stark, Iwobi, that is McAllister, they gave amazing points. These are players most managers don't have in their team. So if you look at the game week 27, the team of the week, you could see that it has difference of most players that are not really in the top teams in the league, or top managers are having them. So looking at this, we have Henderson, who saved the penalty, had 16 points. We have O'Reilly in the defense with 17. We have Mitchell with 11. We have Van Dijk with 11. We have Izzy, that guy that scores against Tottenham every time. Now he has 5 goals against Tottenham Hotspur just this season, and he had 14. We have Iwobi with 13. We had McAllister with 13. Stark with that amazing free kick against Aston Villa with 11. We had Gomez also for Brighton with 10. Victor Gyökeres leading the line for Arsenal with 13, and also Raúl Jiménez with 11. So looking at this game week, most of these players are not players managers have in their team. So they are all filled with differentials. So if you have these quality players in your team, likely you are on the verge of also getting into that 500 Ghana cedis spots mybet.africa is providing for its manager for the month of February. So let's go into that secret chip. Let's go into that secret transfer that you need to do, especially going into game week 28. In our previous fantasy discussions, I told you that 6 game weeks ago, I told you that you need to bring Chelsea players into your team, because they had one of the easiest 6 game fixtures coming into this particular game week, and now their next fixtures are very difficult. That is what most managers are talking about. So the previous 6 game weeks, we could see on the screen, João Pedro had 55 points with 10 goals and assists, and also 47 managers were owning him at that time. Palmer was the next with 46, had 6 goal contributions. Enzo Fernandez with 28 with 3 goal contributions. Chalobah with 24 with 0 goal contributions. Cucurella with 21 with 2 goal contributions. And Sanchez being imposed with 21 with also 0 goal contribution. So you could see that most of them gave massive points. I listed these players in some game week in our previous videos and told you that you need to get at least 2 or 3 Chelsea players in your team, and they provided some good results for us. And you being a fantasy manager, you were really happy about getting points from these Chelsea players. But going into their next game weeks, they are difficult game weeks. Some managers are asking, should they keep these Chelsea players in their team? Should they sell them? Should they get in other players that would help improve? And one thing is, in the FPL as of now, Sanchez is the most sold goalkeeper. Chalobah is the most sold, that is centre back. Enzo Fernandez is the most sold midfielder. And also, João Pedro is also the most sold striker. So meaning managers are panicking, trying to sell out their Chelsea players and make sure they can bring in other players that would fit in and help them. But on this show, I'm telling you that there are some players in this Chelsea setup you need to keep. João Pedro is one of them. He's on red hot form, though he's not on penalty duties. But I could see that Chelsea's previous game weeks, he's getting goals in, goals and assists. So he's one player I would bet that you need to keep in your team. Sanchez, yes, these are games Chelsea are going to concede. So Sanchez, you need to sell Sanchez. Chalobah, defensive contribution and also clean sheet is not going to be on the side. So you should also look at selling, that is Chalobah. Enzo Fernandez would be a 50-50 pick. You can look at selling Enzo Fernandez or keeping him, because there are games Kopama may not start and he will be on penalty duties. But out of this, players I would advise you to keep, that would be a secret chip for you to use, or a secret take for you to do, especially going into the next 6 game weeks, would be Kopama, who is on penalty duties, and also João Pedro, who is leading the line for Chelsea with top red hot form. Let's look at Chelsea's next games and also predict what we expect from the game. So Chelsea's next games, they have Arsenal. When it comes to difficult level, is on 5. That shows it's a very difficult game. Aston Villa next in game week 29. Also, difficult level is on 4. Newcastle, difficult level on 3. They'll be playing at home at Stamford Bridge. Everton, difficult level on 3. Manchester City, difficult level on 4. And Man United, difficult level on 3. So these are games surely Chelsea are going to concede, especially in all. Maybe I could bet on Chelsea against Everton that Chelsea may keep a clean sheet, but you can't trust that. So I would advise you that João Pedro, Cole Palmer are players you can keep from the Chelsea team. The rest, you can sell them, but don't panic and sell these players, because if Chelsea are going to get any goals in this game, these are 2 players you can trust them to get you the goals in that particular game. So looking at this, we'll go into that is our pick for game week 28. Which players are we looking at doing? But before that, I know you need that code to join mybet.africa's FPL, and the code is QBOT87. QBOT87. It will be displayed on the screen so that I can also enter. So when you go onto your FPL app, go onto League and go click on Join Public League and enter the code QBOT87. QBOT87. You would get a chance to also join the mybet.africa FPL. If you are finding it difficult to do this, go onto the description. A link will be placed there. The moment you click on the link, you get a chance to also join the mybet.africa FPL through the link and stand a chance to win 500 Ghana cedis or a massive cash at the end of the season. The secret is MyBet is adding 100 Ghana cedis to every manager that joins the league. So as of now, there is 430 managers on 100 Ghana cedis per manager. So invite your friends to join. Share these videos with your friend. Share that link. Share the code with your friends so that they can get a chance to also join and stand the chance for the money to increase for you watching the video right now to win the likes of 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 Ghana cedis at the end of the season in May, so that dream that you are looking at doing, that car, that thing you are looking at getting, you can get it at the end of the season. That is what mybet.africa brings you. Let's go into our pick for game week 28 and which players we are tipping to get maximum points. So going into game week 28, yes, Sanchez is still in my team, but I would put in Roof ahead of Sanchez because they'll be playing against Bournemouth away. Sanchez, Roofs are my goalkeeping pick. Gabriel against Chelsea, set pieces will be a key thing in that game. Wolves, Cash would be a good pick coming into. Van Dijk has been on red hot form, and this is something against West Ham at home will be good. Van der Ven against Fulham is one player I'm picking, and I'm looking at Mukiele, who is now injured. I'll keep him in my team because I'll look at my defensive selection and all that. Then in the midfield department, I'm looking at Declan Rice, Semenyo, Cole Palmer, Wilson, who had a good game last game week, and also Enzo, that is Bruno Fernandes, who has been that key player for Man United. Igor Thiago, João Pedro, and Hugo Ekitike will be leading my line. I think these players, balance sided, will help you. So you can pick 1 or 2 from this list and add to your team, making transfers, using that wild card, using that free hit to make sure that this last game week, you are going to be that 500 Ghana cedis winner. So like, subscribe and share because you're going to announce the winner on the show. If you don't subscribe and turn on the notification, at the end of the week, you wouldn't get to know why or who won the FPL. So like, subscribe and share and turn on the notification so that I can get information from our channel. Thank you.